Hi, you want to know about my theory that parents cause stuttering? You want to watch this video because this video is challenging one of the greatest myths about stammering and stuttering, that speaking quickly causes stuttering. That is nonsense. Now this again, shall I go on with it? Are you going to keep watching? Thank you very much. Please subscribe and all that stuff. I'm Peter. I'm passionate about stammering. I'm writing a film called James and the Giant Speech. It's about a 15-year-old boy who has a stutter, and it is the King's Speech for the 21st century, and it is aimed at challenging some of the absolute nonsense that is believed about stammering in this country and all over the world. So this video is about speaking quickly. Now, speaking quickly does not cause stammering. It's an effect of speaking in the very young. It's not the cause, it's an effect. In the same way that you might be an idiot, that's the effect of your mum and dad breeding. Now if you continue to tell your child to speak slowly, that shows that the effect is you being an idiot, but the cause is your mum and dad shouldn't have had. What can I call it? Okay? In the same way that if you stuck your hand in a fire, the cause would be sticking your hand in a fire, but the effect would be a blister. Right? Make sense? Cause and effect. Children, and this goes back to the old nonsense and getting rid and being very, very precise about what is a disfluency and what is a stammer. And as long as speech language therapists and their ilk continue to class slow repetitions as a stammer, the nonsense will continue. So the point of this video, it sounds like the child, say we're talking about a child who's 4 years old and they are talking like this. It sounds like they're trying to speak quickly. Well, maybe. But this goes back to the old wives' tale. As I've talked about child language development and child speech development, at 2 they say me want do's, and by 5 they're saying mother darling please get yourself, or father, my wonderful father, I would be most grateful if you would get up off your backside, pause the football and remove yourself to the kitchen where you will prepare a beautiful liquid refreshment for me. And when they're trying to get the words and the phrases, so they need to prepare. So it's not about talking quickly unless there is a lot of interruptions. Are a lot of interruptions at the home. And as I've said before, if a 3-year-old is competing against a 7-year-old to tell mother or father the wonderful news, then you will get some hurried speech. But it's not the cause. The cause of stammering is parents. The cause of disfluency are family history, speech and language development, and environmental factors. Now, what causes an adult? And this is where we come on to the cause and effect. Anxiety, if you understand anxiety, and I do because I've suffered with it for a long time, you go into a situation where you feel slightly nervous, feel slightly anxious. First thought, cognitive behavioural therapy, first thought, I don't like this. I'm sure something's going to go wrong. Right? Feeling anxious, nervous. Now what happens is we go into, the brain is in two halves, the cortex and the neocortex. The cortex is the old part of the brain. That is the part of the brain that keeps you safe. That is the part of the brain that tells you when you're hungry or thirsty or scared or tired. The neocortex is where you get the thinking from. Unless you tell your child to slow down when they're speaking and being disfluent, and then you do not have a developed neocortex. Right? Because you're an idiot and you're not evolved. Don't you like these people who try to promote something by insulting their viewers? But believe me, I think if you're telling a child to slow down, there could be an environmental and there could be a psychological factor, but mostly it's because you're an idiot. So, how anxiety works. First thought, feeling. The primitive brain is responsible for the production of adrenaline. If you feel in danger, your adrenal gland produces adrenaline. The physical response is pupils dilate, heart beats faster, chest tightens, the muscles get ready. Right, the blood flow changes, you start to perspire. Right, these are physical responses to anxiety. Now if you can imagine that you're a person who regards themselves as having a stammer, and you are going to speak to somebody, and your first thought is, I will get stuck on my words, they will laugh. Of course you're going to feel nervous. Of course you're going to start producing adrenaline. Of course your body's going to go faster. And I have got this brilliant scene in a film where the therapist demonstrates to James the effect of anxiety, the effect of worry. And it's a technique I used to use an awful lot in clinic. And it is a wonderful scene, but you're going to have to give me money to write the film so you can see the technique. Adrenaline will cause you to speak faster. But it's not the cause of the stutter. The cause is the fear of being judged because of your controlling parents. The cause is the fear that you are doing something wrong. You're being non-compliant. And this goes back to controlling parents who told you to slow down, who made you think that when you went can I have a drink, you were doing something wrong. So you try harder to control the speech because you're doing something wrong. I've had the word shame. I had 2 boys tell me that they felt shame when they spoke and they stuttered. Because how much pressure is that putting on them? They felt shame that they were letting their whole family down. How anxious is that going to make you feel? Right? The adrenal gland is powered by the old part of the brain, which is to do with survival. You have controlling parents who have very high standards and very, very strict regimes, and a child who has been brought up to believe that they have to please. Now where I bring in, this is bringing in psychodynamic therapy, because what you have is the id, which is what you want, and the superego, which is what controls. It's environmental factors. It's your belief system. And that is shaped by your parents and society and your whole environment. Now if your id says, I want a drink, I need a drink, I need to ask for something, but your whole environment, your whole super ego is charged with, you better not be disfluent, you better not stutter. That is going to produce so much adrenaline, panic, fear, anxiety. Your heart beats faster, your chest tightens, your pupils dilate, you start to sweat, your hands get clammy. So of course you're going to speak slightly faster, but it's a symptom, it's the effect, it's not the cause. Right? If you don't understand that, what can I say? Right? It's the same as me punching you in the face. The cause will be because I can hear you telling your child to slow down. Please stop. It doesn't help. I want to write the King's Speech for the 21st century, James and the Giant speech. Please support me. Video link at the bottom of this introduction, and it's a weird video about a man who starts to criticise his viewing audience. But that's how passionate I am to get rid of the old wives' tales, and I think movies are the perfect medium because people believe movies. I saw it when the King's Speech came out. I saw it every time there was a programme about stammering on the television. The number of people who would watch a TV programme and believe any old rubbish. Please subscribe, please support me, please give us your money. I want to produce a film about stammering that puts the record straight, or gets the debate going. Thank you. Take care.